story actually started quite some time ago, still when I was studying mechanical engineering in Brazil, when I was still living there. At that time I started working in different industrial sectors, and there was a time that I understood that everything that we were doing is actually transforming energy, and everything that we do, we still need energy. And I started understanding that we had a need for decarbonization. And as I was working in the base industry, so to say, actually these industries were still lacking the know-how and lacking the leverage to start this transition. So actually then I started thinking on how to get involved on that, on this area of energy and decarbonization. My first step was to move abroad. I started living and studying in Australia. At that time my idea was to start and working in the field of photovoltaics there. What I found out is that having my degree recognized and having a master's degree in Australia would be expensive and very time consuming, and I wanted to speed up the process. This was already 2015. Then I started looking for alternatives to get the know-how that I needed to get into this field. And then I was looking for master degrees that I wanted to and I could pursue. I found one that was coordinated by EREC. It's called the European Master in Renewable Energy. And with this master degree, it was the foundation for my current work as well, because at that time we studied all the renewables, including tidal and wave energy. They are not so common. I was planning to specialize in photovoltaics as well, but then when I knew about the solar thermal and concentrated solar power technologies, I fell in love with it, and actually I understood that there's still a big potential for applying those technologies. And then I decided to change my specialization for this new field. I went to study in the south of France. I started my master in the Netherlands. Then my second semester was then in the south of France, in the French Pyrenees. And there I learned about, and I also reviewed my mechanical engineering background, because everything that is related to solar thermal is related to thermodynamics. So it was like coming back from my bachelor and learning a bit from that again to using this new technology field. Was very interesting. And then I was looking for getting into the practice, so to say. So then my master thesis, I was looking for a company that was actually implementing those technologies that I could start working on. Then I found Industrial Solar. And Industrial Solar was based here in Freiburg, where I live. Freiburg is a beautiful city in the south of Germany. If you don't know, I recommend you coming to visit. But it's also a hub for solar. There's also the Fraunhofer Institute here that is very famous for research in this area of solar energy in several fronts. And then I started my master in Industrial Solar. I got an opportunity to join the company in 2018. I joined it as a business developer. Then later I took different roles working the company, also in research projects, as well as commercial projects, doing the sales part of the business. We started doing energy studies as well, and then I was actually a bit thinking what to do next, because I felt after 7 years at the company that I wanted to do something else. And came the opportunity, and also was a pity that Industrial Solar went to insolvency in the beginning of 2024. And then I had to decide either to join a company or to start a business. My idea was actually first to join a company to have more certainty. At this time I was already, we have actually twins, 2 little girls that are now 2 years old. So I was thinking about certainty, but at that time as well I thought I need to spend time with them, so I cannot work on a full-time job and start a new company with all the requirements that a new job would have. Also having to have the duties for the family and for taking care of the family. So then actually consulting business came as the best solution for me. And then it's when I started with Thermodemand. Thermodemand is a decarbonization company, so to say. It's actually a consulting business. It started as a consulting business that is focused on assessing industrial heat demand and proposing the combination of renewable thermal technologies. Solar thermal is also on the basis, but also heat pumps, electric heating, thermal storage, heat recovery, and other energy efficiency measures. So the idea of the business is actually to look at a company or a group of companies and try to find the best solutions that match that in the focus of decarbonization, also in the long run. So actually to make like a roadmap for decarbonization. So actually this is where Thermodemand started. So actually the barriers was a lot, especially to face the unknown, like starting a thing for yourself, but also to get the first contacts and the first projects. This was also challenging at the beginning, as every business knows it. But on the other hand, with the right motivation and preparation, I think it's very doable and possible. The potential for the deployment of my solution and the technology that we're developing is actually to scale up this. So there is a knowledge gap, and that is also one of the reasons why I put the trainings, for example, technical trainings on the portfolio of the company, because I know there are people who want to get involved, but they don't know how to start. So for example, this is one gap that I can overcome with the consulting business. There is also a need to manage those projects properly when they are awarded for implementation, because there's also a risk, and it's not only a risk, it's a reality that heat pumps and solar thermal systems, sometimes they are implemented and they don't perform as expected because they were not properly implemented, or they are not properly followed up after the installation and the startup. So that's the idea of the project management part, and also taking care of the long-term relationship with the industrial clients. And on the other hand as well, of course, with the development organizations, because we know that they are doing a big job in several countries trying to spread up the good practices. So that's also part of what Thermodemand does, working with these development organizations. So that is actually the reason is because everybody knows probably, but heat represents about 75% of the industrial energy demand. And we are talking about electricity for many things. Of course, electricity is a prime energy source, but heat is actually the main one. And sometimes you can electrify, sometimes electrification is not the best solution, or is not the most cost-efficient solution. So that's where the challenge lays, and actually is the approach of the consulting business, and also what I'm planning to do for the future to speed up the applications of those technologies. As I mentioned, the consulting business, I started first with other colleagues, but working project basis, so they are not employed for the company. We work together and then we spread the work. The idea is, of course, in the future to have more people on board for speed up and organizing more the business. But also a way to multiply the effect is what I have started planning last year in 2024 as well. The implementation of a software solution that can help this decision process. There is, of course, the challenge of finding the right combination of technologies, the understanding the energy tariffs and the heat prices and everything. So the challenge is to develop a software platform that can help the industrial customer, as if it was a consulting business, to put their information there, and based on that get the recommendation of what is the next step to do, or what technology is recommended, the size, and even connect that with suppliers, so making a value chain for the decarbonization of these industrial processes. So the idea is that actually to have this solution, this software solution for the future, to help other consulting business as well, if they want to start and we're implementing this technology, these technologies that we're talking here about renewable thermal energy, they can start using this solution for their own operations. And of course the end users as well. So the end users can have, for example, access to the platform and can, based on their operation, their data, they can find themselves sometimes, like big companies, they have energy managers, they can understand their operations better using this solution. Of course, as well, research and development is part of the portfolio, because it's also what I see the possibility for scaling up the solutions is actually improving them, testing and improving. So I still continue working on research projects, also working proposals for European funded projects, but also international. So I see actually a big front for collaboration in these two areas. One of them is actually the software solution that is starting to be built now, and also for research projects. So that is where I think I can also collaborate and contribute with the expertise and know-how that I have acquired over the years, and then the Thermodemand is building also. First recommendation is to be bold and think big, because of course everything will be challenging. You're leaving your comfort zone with your 9 to 5 or 8 to 6, I don't know how many hours, but you're leaving this comfort zone to have a regular salary, to start a business for yourself. And of course the challenges are several, but with a good preparation you can overcome them. Of course you have to, especially if you have family, you have to organize in the family how you're going to handle all those things. But the market potential is very huge. Actually, you cannot measure in numbers. The numbers, you cannot understand them when you see the number of thermal energy demand required by the industry. And there are so many different sectors. So actually the decarbonization of the industry is a big challenge for the decades to come. Some companies are already taking steps now. Some companies are still thinking about energy efficiency measures. They are not decarbonizing the heat supply yet. So there is still a lot to do, so to say. If you prefer to focus on technology, it's also okay. If you have a portfolio of technologies working with technology providers, that's also okay. But be bold and think big, and be thinking on how to scale up those things. You can start with small projects, but think on how to get bigger projects, or how to multiply the small ones that you are doing. The industrial sector is very demanding on this part. And of course you have to understand and get familiar with the bureaucracy and how to set up this bureaucracy. So I recommend you to actually think first on how you're going to register your business, how you're going to run the daily business, so to say. From financing, accounting, administration. Normally you start doing a lot of things together at the beginning, and you have, if you have someone, or if you don't have the time or the willing to do it, you can have other people on board. You can hire some people to do this work for you, but you have to understand at least this bureaucratic part. And you have also to implement some tools to facilitate your decision and to manage what you're doing. Otherwise, you may get lost. And this is for startup businesses is very is a very problematic part. Very important that you keep and take care of your network and your connections, because they will be the first ones to give you the first projects. And these first projects, they will be the basis for your next projects and for the next one. So it's very important that you keep the relationships that you are building that you are building over your years alive. Sharing know-how with them, or send some message to follow up. Take them very seriously, because actually people or companies, they do business, but actually they do business people with people. And when you understand that this is very important, you take care of the relationships from the beginning to the end. You don't talk to them because you want to sell something. You have to talk to them because you want to help, or you are able to help, or they need your support or your collaboration. So actually it's someone with a problem, you come with a solution. If you have a problem, then you have to find someone with the solution, or you can think together with someone for finding a solution. So this network is super important. They will be the basis. So that is my recommendation. If you are interested in collaboration, get in touch. I'm very happy to help and to work together with other forward-thinking minds. and good luck if you're really willing. So check our website to know a bit more about what we do, and if you have any questions or something, just drop a message here on this over this video, or you can directly connect with Thermodemand through the channels that are on the description. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.